And the way to get color match for this is to look out a window or a front door. Look out the window. Make sure natural light's illuminating your face. Shut all the lights off overhead. Shut them off. Make sure they're off. Show a little bit of your neck. Snap a selfie or 3 at a couple different windows or doors in your house. Send it to me and I can get you matched. That's the best way to do it. And the more accurate color match selfie you send, or if you send many, that's only gonna help me match you more accurately. And this is how I do 99% of matching. So you can do that. Another way to get this stuff is to go to collections. In the website, after you make an account, you go to collections and then select your collection. There's a basics, a medium bundle, and then there's kind of an all-in. And then there's a little tab for select your shade. So select your shade, add to bag, good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate this awesome stuff for you. There's so many great things about it, and I have a ton of content to come. So it's all a magnetic compact. And all of your tins just fit nicely into here. They're magnetized, so you don't have any extra stuff you're not using. It's cream makeup, so it's made for maturing skin. Hello. And it's dimensional. It has 3 colors to make up our foundation because we have a ton of dimension, and there's things in our face we want to highlight, and there's things that we're not so crazy about that we'd like to shadow. So that's what this stuff does. It's 3D foundation. Once you get the hang of it, it takes about 5 minutes or less. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate this awesome stuff for you. I love that it's all in this tiny compact. TSA approved. You don't have to take it out of your bag when you're flying because they don't consider this liquid. Hallelujah. And what's wrong with liquid is they put 75% water in it, so it evaporates off your face throughout the day, changing color, oxidizes, and they charge you a lot of money for it. So each tin is $16 in here. And once you're done with it, you just pop it out and pop the new color back in. So 3D foundation, when you send me that color match selfie, what you should do, just do it now or do it as soon as you can so you have that part done. And then when you decide, you have your selfie done. So you get matched to 3 colors. A contour color that accentuates shadows of our face. You see that shadow? Here's a shadow. I have a shadow here. We're gonna emphasize the shadowing because that's actually very beautiful. And then we have the brightening highlight. We're gonna put that in the center of our face to bring light to our eyes. And then we have the main highlight, the last color of the 3D, the one that looks most like our skin tone. And we'll put that where we don't have coverage. So I'm gonna start. I'm using the Buff brush today and the blush and bronzer. I like these. I like this one for placement, the Buff for placement, and the blush and bronzer for blending and blush and bronzer. Now, if you're just gonna get one brush when you're trying this, the 3D foundation brush is the one to get. So, my 3 colors I got matched to. All right, we're going in with contour first, the dark scary color. This is all cream, and cream has coverage. So I'm gonna go right up and under that cheekbone, or you can go off of your landmarks, top of ear to outer corner of eye. Okay, and I'm just dabbing in. A little goes a super duper long way with cream because there's no water in it. And if you use too much, you're not gonna like it. So just dab in, don't swipe, scoop, just dab in. And we're going up and under the cheekbone on both sides. It's not gonna be perfect, and that's okay. Cream is forgiving, and we're blending this out in the end. So now I'm kind of going temple to temple along the hairline to just emphasize the roundness of my forehead, that it's round and not flat. And it actually makes your forehead appear a little shorter. My dog wants to get in on this. No. If you do it, you see that. So another part of the contour is to follow the eyebrow line down the nose, and this will narrow your nose. You just follow your eyebrow line down. Now, the closer these lines are together, the more narrow your nose will appear. And they don't have to be perfect. I do kind of cut it off there at the end to give a little button, but you see what it did for my nose there. 2 more parts of contour. So right up and under that lip to give a little added pucker. Why not? It just makes your chin appear further back and your lip appear a little bit bigger. And then we go right on that undercarriage of the jaw to really chisel out your face from your neck and emphasize that shadow. I brush this one back right away, otherwise I'll forget about it. Okay, we're done with contour. It's that easy. Okay, into the brightening highlight. The lightest color of the 3D. I'm using the same brush end. The beauty about this cream and these brushes, they're made for cream. So they pick it up and deposit it right on your face. So I'm going into the brightening highlight, just dabbing in. Remember, dab will do ya. Just a dab will do ya, because if you get too much, you won't like it. So you see, there's nothing perfect about my application, but this makeup blends just beautifully. It kind of melts together. So I put a little brightening highlight in between the brows, down the nose. I do the tip of my nose. If you have any blemishes, brightening highlight will knock them out right away. So you can use your brightening highlight for blemishes too. Little on my Cupid's bow, chin. And then what we're doing here is brightening that triangle of light. Now I'm gonna get those eyes. So a tiny little bit on the inner corner. And then we're gonna do the outer corner and kind of drag up to lift that eye. I'm a little red there, but this cuts redness like you would not believe. So a little tiny bit of brightening highlight on the inner corner, and then that little tiny bit on the outer corner, and drag, follow your lower lash line up, and it'll be just a nice little mini eye lift. And remember, we're blending in the end, so don't get scared here. Okay, we're done with the brightening highlight. You see how this kind of like just brightens the areas you want to brighten, kind of minimizes what we're not so crazy about. Gotta keep an eye on her. Now I'm switching to the blush and bronzer brush. Again, you don't need two. You can get this done with one brush. If you're just gonna get one, I recommend the 3D foundation brush. I'm going into the main highlight, the one that looks most like my skin tone, and I'm gonna apply that main highlight kind of where I don't have product. Again, just a little dab will do you, because this is highly pigmented cream. This works in our favor because a little does a lot for us, okay? So I just kind of dab that where a guy would grow a beard, or where I don't have product, you could drape it up here. This stuff is buildable, so if you like a more full coverage look, you can achieve that. And if you like an airy, barely there look, this is perfect too. So now I just simply blend the light and the dark. I like to start with the light, and they tell us to tell you to push it into your skin, because that's a lot nicer to your skin. You'll see me swiping, but definitely on the under eyes, they want you to stipple, and that's just pressing it into your skin. Swiping on that delicate skin is just not very nice, but you'll see me do a little combination of both. So I'm blending all of the light first, and then we will attack that dark. The contour, which who would have contoured in a million years if someone didn't tell you where to put it, right? Seint made makeup easy. So now I'm gonna kind of do small circles or push this back into my hairline just to kind of blend this out so it's not such a big difference between the light and the dark, but I still have that shadow. And then I'm gonna buff these nose lines out. I don't want them to go away, but I do want them to fade, so when I turn to the side, you're not seeing the line. But they're still there. They're still narrowing the schnoz. Okay, we blended that jaw contour down, and now we're gonna flick up, and this is kind of a little facelift in a $16 tin. You just kind of flick up, and it is gonna lift your whole face. You never wanna drag this down, because it'll lower your face and it'll muddy. Lift up, little flicks up on this cheekbone contour, and you can blend this out for a very light contour look, or you can leave a more bold line to have more dimension to your face. So this is 3D. I have coverage, I have glow, I have some dimension, and it's better than looking like a wall and painting your face flat. So let's add a lip or cheek. I'm gonna do kind of a nude color. This is Plum. She's probably one of my favorite colors. I love her for fall and winter. So she's just this beautiful, like, she's got a hint of purple in her. Mauvey nude. It's plum. And I love that our lips double as cheeks. So I'm going to go into plum with the blush and bronzer brush, just barely tapping in there. Because remember, all of this stuff is heavy, heavy pigment. You don't need much. So this is plum on my lips and my cheeks. And I start on the apple of my cheek because I lost volume mid-face. So this kind of helps make my face a little rounder. If you want to continue to narrow, you want to start further back, close to your outer corner of your eye with your cheek color and follow it up, and it will continue to narrow your face. I'll show you over here. So we're just going to do a little plum right here. So this is more narrow on this side, and this is more cheeky. So you kind of choose depending on what you like for your face shape. So if you want to continue to narrow, start on that outer corner of your eye and blend that up. And then if you want a more fuller cheek, start on the apple of your cheek and blend it up. I'll try to make them semi-similar here now, so it's not playing tricks on me. So I was just gonna say, so everything we've done so far, your 3D foundation, the 3 colors that make up your foundation now to give you dimension and glow, and a lip or cheek. So they actually come in this size. That was just a holiday edit. So let's pretend I put Tiger Lily on, which I clearly didn't. I'm using plum on my lips and cheeks. But all 4 of these tins, plus a palette and a brush, start at $111. So it's a super nice place to start with Seint. It's the best makeup I've ever tried, and I don't think I will ever go back to anything traditional. I'm gonna add bronzer. It's that time of year. I wear it all year round. So this one's Bella. She's pretty universal. Goes with all skin tones. If you're super fair, I would go with tan lines, but I feel like everybody can do Bella. And then if you have really, really rich undertones, you could get away with heat waves. But Bella is just... look at that. I love bronzer. Maybe use too much. But it gives you that golden glow without having any bit of orange, and our bronzers don't have shimmer. Hallelujah. So this is Seint 3D kind of in a nutshell. I do recommend grabbing a perfector sponge if you're starting with cream for the first time. You never ever use these dry, but you use them damp. You squeeze all the water out and make them just barely damp. And then you can kind of press them over your finished product, and it's going to pick up any extra cream that's not settled into your skin. And it also helps kind of blend. So these perfectors are super duper nice to have. I also like them for our setting powder. I like to set under my eyes because I feel it provides a little bit of blurring, and it makes my makeup last a little bit longer. So I kind of do a little setting powder mid-face, and that's it. Everything I put on my face is in here. And then our eyeshadows are wonderful. They're $14, and they're magnetic too. I'll just give you a taste. I'm gonna do Soulmate, and I'm just gonna use my finger and put her just on a 1 color lid, and how easy they can be. So there's Soulmate. Super pretty, a fun little shimmer shadow. Our shadows are $14. We have great eyeshadow brushes too if you like to do more detailed shadow work. But this one is Soulmate. Super pretty, Seint 3D.